Would you just look at that? It's beautiful blue sky. And we're back with another episode of Saturday with Sam, where today, well, we're gonna talk about frost. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about something that has been on my heart since we looked at the beginning of the year, and that is starting out. So hang on for the ride and grab your cup of coffee. So, as is so often the case, starting out is really the hardest thing to do on anything that you do. It's not completing it. It's because that's really easy. It's always the starting. You know, if you think about people that are running regularly, they go out and do 5Ks or 10Ks or marathons or half marathons or anything like that. It's always the starting line that's the hardest. But there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of anticipation, and then somewhere right after that, you have the "what the crap did I just get myself into" moment. You know, that moment that you're just like, what am I thinking? I ran quite a number of 5Ks a couple of years ago, and every one of them, about the first mile or so into it, it's about 3 miles, about the first mile into it, the first third, feeling kind of good, and then I get to that point and I'm just like, what the crap did I just get myself into? And it's really hard because, you know, you want to start out and you have a lot of excitement and you want to you get to that point and you're like, I'm going to set records, I'm going to be so amazing at this thing, and it's going to be great and awesome and fun. And then you get hit with this overwhelming sinking feeling of desperation and frustration and confusion of, why did I even volunteer for this? It is at that moment that, if you are lucky, you will realize that the journey and the end is worth it. It's worth all of the frustration and the headache and the hassle, and it's all something that will come together and piece together something beautiful, which is the accomplishment of a task, of something that you've been working so hard for. The Bible says, do not despise small beginnings. You know, that the day of small beginnings. And you know, at the beginning, it may not seem like much to you. It may not seem like it's even worth it to set out and do this thing. But the reality is that if you're going to start out with something, you should really persevere and stick with it all the way through. And starting out may be one of the hardest things you ever do, but it can also be the first step in a journey that excites and entertains you, in a journey that fulfills you in ways that you never thought possible. You know, when I met my wife, there's a lot of things that I could have said, you know what, screw this, man. It's not worth the headache, it's not worth the hassle. But instead of walking away from the challenge, I wanted to be changed. I wanted to be different, and so I took the first step, and that was to ask her out on another date. Then I realized that I actually loved her, and that I wanted to be with her the rest of my life, and I wanted her to be my wife, and wanted to have kids. And from that journey, 2 beautiful children have emerged. And you know, it's been an amazing 7 years in a relationship with this woman, 6 years of marriage. And in that time, I've grown a lot, I've changed a lot. But the one thing that never would have happened is all of this if I didn't start. So whatever you have been holding back on, I would encourage you, take the first steps. You know, take a step, start out. Maybe a little hard to get over that initial hump of challenge and difficulty, but you will not regret it, I promise. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the other playlists on Saturday with Sam. This has been Saturday with Sam. Go ahead and subscribe for more. Thanks.